A humble namaste to all. Let me kickstart the presentation by explaining on social responsibility of corporates. A business enterprise should do business and make money in ways that fulfill the expectations of the society. It is obligatory on part of a business enterprise not to do anything that is undesirable in a society's point of view. Manufacture and sale of adulterated goods, making deceptive advertisements, not paying tax even when it is due, polluting environment, and exploiting workers are some socially undesirable activities which may increase the profit of the enterprise but which have adverse effect on the society at large.
On the other hand, supplying good quality goods, creating healthy working conditions, honestly paying taxes, prevention or installing the pollution devices in the factory, and sincerely attending to customer complaints are examples of socially desirable practices which improve the image of enterprises and also makes them profitable. In fact, it is through socially responsible and ethically upright behavior that business enterprises can get durable success.
Social responsibility of the business refers to its obligation to take those decisions and perform those actions which are desirable in terms of the objectives and values of our society. The social responsibilities by the business enterprises implies that they respect these aspirations of the society and will try their best to contribute to the achievement of this aspiration along with their profit interest.
Now, each one of us will be explaining the kinds of social responsibility. The first being economic responsibility. A business enterprise is basically an economic entity and therefore its primary social responsibility is economic. That is, produce goods and services that the society wants and sell them at a profit. Let me explain this concept with the help of an example. You all might know about Tata Nano, popularly known as the People's Car. The objective of this initiative was to make four-wheelers available to every common people in India.
Another kind of social responsibility is legal responsibility. Every business has a responsibility to operate within the laws of the land. Since these laws are meant for good of the society, a law-abiding enterprise is a socially responsible enterprise as well. Taking the example of Satyam scam, where they illegally falsified the accounts as well as inflated the share prices, scam which led to a huge scam in the country.
Ethical responsibility. This includes the behavior of the firm that is expected by society but not codified in law. For example, respecting the dignity of people while advertising for a product. There is always an element of voluntary action in this responsibility. Many brands tend to take up a cause and use it as an axis for their marketing and advertising messages. Through its Aswad Apane Appan Ka campaign, Brookmore Red Label has touched upon a plethora of social issues that came in the way, making India more inclusive. The latest advertisement attempts to address the prejudice faced by transgender and integrates the brand cause into new monsoon-themed sport.
ये किन्नर भी ना परेशान करने आ जाते हैं।
अरे नहीं माँ जी, कुछ लेने नहीं देने आई हूँ। बगल में मेरी चाय की दुकान है और बारिश में सब अटके हुए थे तो सोची सबको एक एक कप चाय पिला दूं। लीजिए लीजिए ना।
ला
आप भी लीजिए। आती हो?
अरे सुनो,
हाँ?
जरा इधर आओ।
अरे नहीं माँ जी, आज पैसे नहीं लूंगी।
पैसे कौन दे रहा है? सदा सुखी रहो।
ब्रुक बॉन्ड रेड लेबल, स्वाद अपनेपन का।
Discretionary responsibility. This refers to the purely voluntary obligation that an enterprise assumes, for instance, for providing charitable contribution and maximum monetary benefit to the society. For example, Zomato runs large warehouses where it directly receives the food materials from the farmers and delivers it to the restaurants, avoiding the middleman and giving them maximum monetary benefits.
Environmental responsibility refers to the belief that the organization should behave in as environmentally friendly way as possible. Let me explain this social responsibility with the Adidas business model. In 2021, the company announced that it will use more than 60% of recycled polyester in its shoes and apparel line, and is on track to reach the goal using 100% recycled polyester in its product by 2024. In 2021, 17 million shoes were manufactured using marine plastic waste, earning the company kudos from both consumer and fashion leaders.
Corporate governance. Corporate governance is a system of rules, practices, and processes by which a company is directed and managed. It needs truly independent and diverse incentive structure that are aligned with the long-term objectives of the company, integrity of corporate reporting, and constructive engagement with stakeholders. Good corporate governance requires internalization of core values.
The comprehend, apply, and report or CARE approach will guide you in achieving this. To have effective and healthy debate in the boardroom, diversity in skill set, age, ethnicity, gender, and experience is critical. Having women on boardroom and senior management makes good business sense. They bring different perspectives, freshness of ideas, and contribute to strong company performance. Progressive refreshing of board members is vital for the company to maintain a high-performing board. One of the indicators of a high-performing and a mature board is the ability of its members to step down when their skills are no longer matched to the company's objective.
To safeguard the integrity of the financial reporting and the effectiveness of risk management, company needs to have an independent and effective audit committee and an external and internal auditors. Corporate governance also requires continuous communication with stakeholders. This helps to build trust and confidence between the company and the community in which it operates. Embracing good corporate governance builds reputation and recognition for your company. It improves business efficiency and reduces the risk of mismanagement.
Investor survey results show that corporate governance is a critical factor in investment decisions. Investors are willing to pay a premium for governed companies. Driving corporate governance requires continuous commitment and efforts from all boards and stakeholders. Implementing corporate governance thus should be a strategic priority in all companies. It is an investment in order to have a long-term success to the company, and it contributes to economic prosperity. It pays to practice good corporate governance.
And now, corporate governance ethics. Business ethics is a form of applied ethics or professional ethics that examines the ethical principles and moral or ethical problems that can arise in a business environment. We can also say that business ethics and corporate governance of an organization go hand in hand. In fact, the organization which follows ethical practices in all activities, in all probabilities, follow best corporate governance practices as well.
Let's discuss some important points on how ethics can make corporate governance more meaningful. Corporate governance is meant to run the companies ethically in a manner such that all the stakeholders, that is, the creditors, distributors, employees, customers, and even the competitors, the society at large, and the governments are treated in a fair manner.
Good corporate governance should look at all the stakeholders and not just the stakeholders alone. Otherwise, a chemical company, for example, can maximize the profit of the stakeholders but completely violate all environmental laws and make it impossible for the people around the area even to lead a normal life. Shipbreaking at Valinokam in Tamil Nadu have brought about too much of environmental degradation and along with it untold miseries to people in and around their locations.
Corporate governance is not something which regulators have to impose on a management. It should come from within. There is no point in making statutory provisions for enforcing ethical conduct. There have been dozens of violations of SEBI rules, RBI regulations, etc. when company managements were not inclined to follow them. On the other hand, there have been also situations where companies have gone beyond these rules to serve the stakeholders since the top management preferred the
A business organization has to compete for a share in the global market on its own internal strength, in particular on the strength of its human resources and on the goodwill of its other stakeholders. While its state-of-art technologies and high-level managerial competencies could be of help in meeting the quality, cost, volume, speed, and break-even requirements of the highly competitive global market, it is the value-based management and ethics that the organization has to use in its governance that would enable the organization to establish productive relationship with the internal customers and lasting business relationship with its external customers.